So I'm back. So this guy next door, he obviously thinks he's pretty badass. I'm waiting for him. I keep telling you, man. I'm waiting. Bring it on. They come by once in a while, you know. Now the cameras I had out front. I had this other camera. Let's see what's going on here. Well, anyway, so the camera that was out front, they cut. They cut the wire. They cut it. They snipped the wire. I told the state police. Okay. The other camera, they broke off the tree. Okay. The other camera, they disabled as well. This is over the past three. This is before 3 years ago. Okay. This is 3 years. You got to understand something. They are riding me 24/7 now for 3 years. They have a shift, 3 shifts of 8 hours each. I hear them. They take shifts. They take turns. Organized gang stalking. They work for drugs. They work for gas money. Okay? 3 years. Before this, they I wasn't aware it was this extent. I just thought it was a nitwit guy that was an alcoholic, belligerent drunk. I had no clue to the extent they had put bugs in my body and in my home. They had listening devices throughout my home, in my vehicle, a tracking device that I picked up, my other Geo, the black one there. All this stuff they did over 7 years. While this nitwit, who's related to Bowles out of Fairleigh, and Bowles, the cop, out of Vermont State Police, right? I don't know if there's a Perkins, the cop, or Thompson, the cop, or Prime, the cop, or Adams, the cop, or Smith, the cop. Okay, they're all linked to this real covert network of corrupt police officers and correction officers. Okay, they're allowed to do things because they have the get out of jail free card, right? I don't have that. So here we go again. I'm waiting, Mr. Bowles. Bauer. I'm sitting there. The guy's beaming in his signal, right? Into the house. And he goes, I'm talking on this microphone. And he goes, who you talking to, Colin? They're going to think you're crazy. Because now he's talking to me in ultrasonic. So he's recording me in my home talking, right? So he's recording me in my house talking to me ultrasonically, saying, this is frequency you can't hear audibly. Who you talking to, Colin? And I'm saying, I'm talking to you, nitwit. Well, yeah, sure, Colin. You're fucking crazy. It sounds like you're talking to yourself, Colin. And I'm like, nitwit, I'm talking to you, you moron. Sure you are, Cullinan. Who are you talking to, Cullinan? You're a crazy motherfucker. We're putting you in prison, Cullinan. We're putting you in assisted living, Cullinan. I'm like, nitwit, I'm broadcasting live on the internet. Live. And the nitwit's like, what do you mean you can't broadcast? What do you mean you have internet? You don't even have a phone. I'm like, nitwit, I thought you know everything about me. And I'm having a conversation with the nitwit. I'm like, who do you think I'm talking to, nitwit? And he goes, talking to me. That's right, you nitwit! This goes on fucking day after day. And then the guy takes a break. Right? You hear that? Right? The guy, and all of a sudden he starts talking like this. He's like, and his brain is all fucked up now. He's like, I'm gonna fuck you up. So now he's snorting coke, talking to me like he's superior mindset man, and he's not. Meanwhile, the microwave hits the home at 5 locations. They insist we're doing nothing and there's no proof. The power company is involved because they have insider in Washington Electric Corporation. Someone's working the power grid and the smart meters with the Ukraine software, which was found in Burlington. It goes on and on and on and on. They have their own covert little detective agency that they act like we're a private security firm. They're not a private security firm. They're a bunch of torturous nitwits. They have people strapped down in basements that they torture. These are sick fucking people up here. No one's done nothing. You know, this nitwit's still out. He's got an active warrant out of fucking New Hampshire for FBI most wanted. There's only one there listed. That's his face. That's him. That's what he looks like. You know, I'm like, give me a fucking break. There's no way. No way. You know, he keeps joking. Why don't you call the FBI, Cullinan? I'm like, you're a fucking moron. Why are you saying that? Don't you know there's chips in my body that broadcast a signal that everyone listens to? Right? He goes, no one listens to it. Let me tell you something, Bowles. I say to him as he's talking to me. This power grid, it records everything. It all goes out onto the grid on the smart meter system. Okay? Check your Google and type in murder solved by smart meter refrigerator that records the murder. Okay? Someone's home had a smart meter refrigerator, smart grid, right? A refrigerator that was smart compliant, and it recorded the homeowner getting murdered on the refrigerator and then stored on the power grid. And I'm telling the kid, do you realize that? Now, these tooth implants that I have in my dentals and in my ears. My mother had them as well. My mother was murdered, okay? Now, that's 6 months to a year before she died, as they baked her up, was all recorded on the power grid, smart grid meter system. It's all stored in the cloud. It's there. It's accessible. Now, none of this FBI guys, I guess they're not that smart yet, but in maybe 5-10 years, they'll start to realize that all these crimes that were committed are all recorded on this smart grid. Now, my mother was murdered, okay? It's obvious by listening to the recordings that the smart meter picked up and saved. They're stored in the cloud or on the mainframe somewhere. There's some hidden file system for a very specific smart meter file format, right? Now, my mother was murdered. Now, the recordings pick up her tooth, right, which records the sound around her, but it also picks up the assailant's frequencies and conversations because the channel is designed in such a way that it's multi-channels on one frequency. Now, they killed my mother, okay? They did. It's a done deal. They're trying to kill me. I'm trying to spread the word. Listen, not that it matters. They keep saying, we want your land. One guy says yesterday, when's he going to fucking die? Because I want to get that truck. I need the parts. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, what do you mean you need the truck for the... That's my fucking truck. It goes with the estate when I die. And they're like, no, you don't understand, Colin. And the house is Bowles. The truck is mine. The other guy gets my bike, right? And they're like, they have my stuff divvied out. Someone came in and took pictures. And the one guy says, well, I want the food that's on the shelf. Okay? This is what's happening here. Law enforcement doesn't seem to want to respond because they don't have the resources. But let me tell you right now, if law enforcement is listening, you're under the same attack as me. This is a subtle attack. You're not aware of it. The microwave makes you tired. It makes you groggy. It makes you forgetful. It makes you not think. It makes you think of what they want you to think of. Okay? It influences your thoughts. It influences your behavior. You will receive a phone call. It will be an automated, computerized, generated fake voice tricking the officer sitting on the side of the road into thinking so-and-so just called. It will be a call that will divert you from one road to check on a car that may be speeding, only to allow these criminals up here to go down that road with their shipment of drugs. I heard them last night. They're going, So I just picked up the money from that drug seal. You won't believe how good we did. We did 25,000 for each bag. And he goes, "That's all? That's all? That's it?" He goes, "You're lying." He goes, "Well, I got to take my cut." He goes, "Well, I'm heading back up north." He goes, "Okay." He goes, "What route do I take?" And I go with my brain. I go, I make a suggestive thought that this is a setup. I'm not. They busted them, and I'm like saying this, subtly. This is a setup. This isn't who you think it is. This is a setup. Those guys were busted. The lady goes, "Who are you?" And they goes, "Who do you think we are?" He goes, "We'll just take the same route we took back. Is it safe or not?" The lady goes, "Who are you?" Right? So I put doubt in their mind of these drug dealers. And then I get real quiet. And because I'm listening, because the chip inside me obviously links to this comm channel, right? It logs on. Apparently, when you're listening to a channel, it logs on to the sounded coded message. There must be a special tone that's associated with the channel in my ear. And when I hear something, I will log on to that sound channel, and then you can communicate because they will hear me. And they'll start yelling, "Oh, it's cullinan." Well, right now I'm getting a bad headache, so I got to move, shutting down.